Why are so many people afraid of being alone? Why do they cling to toxic relationships, force fake friendships, and surround themselves with people who drain their energy, just to avoid the silence? Let me tell you something, chosen one. If you're feeling isolated right now, if you find yourself on a path where people are disappearing from your life, this is not a punishment. It's a setup, a divine setup for your transformation. See, the world has conditioned you to believe that being alone means being unwanted, that solitude equals loneliness. But that's a lie. The truth, being alone is exactly what you need. Because in solitude, you don't lose yourself. You find yourself. You hear your own voice instead of the noise of others. You receive divine clarity that's impossible to get when you're constantly distracted by people who don't even have your best interests at heart. And more importantly, you heal. In this video, we're going deep. I'm about to break down exactly why you need to embrace solitude, why it's the most powerful phase of your life, and how it will prepare you for everything that's coming. So if you've been feeling like nobody understands you, if you've been struggling with isolation, pay close attention. Because by the end of this, you'll understand that your time alone isn't a curse. It's the greatest blessing you've ever received. Let's get into it. 1. Solitude separates you from the noise. From the moment you were born, the world has been trying to shape you. Society, family, friends, everyone has an opinion on who you should be. They fill your mind with expectations, beliefs, and fears that aren't even yours. But when you're alone, all of that fades away. Solitude strips away the noise. It silences the outside world so you can finally hear yourself. And for many people, that's terrifying. Because once the distractions are gone, they're left to face the truth, who they really are. But for the chosen ones, solitude isn't scary. It's necessary. Because you're not here to be molded by society. You're here to break free from it. You're here to think for yourself, to hear the divine guidance that others are too busy to receive. And that kind of wisdom, it only comes when you step away from the crowd. 2. Isolation is the universe's way of elevating you. Ever notice how every great transformation in history started with isolation? Before Moses led his people, he spent years alone in the wilderness. Before Jesus started his ministry, he fasted for 40 days in solitude. Before the Buddha reached enlightenment, he sat alone under a tree. There's a pattern here. Isolation is not rejection. It's preparation. When the universe pulls people away from you, when doors close and you feel like you're standing alone, it's because you're being positioned for something greater. You're shedding the old version of yourself, the one that needed validation, the one that relied on others. And in this solitude, you're being built into someone unstoppable. 3. Not everyone can go where you're going. One of the hardest truths to accept is that not everyone is meant to stay in your life. When you're chosen, your path is different. Your energy is different. And that means you can't bring just anyone with you. The people who left, the ones who ghosted you, betrayed you, or suddenly switched up on you, they were never meant to be there for your next chapter. See, God heard the conversations you didn't. He saw the intentions behind their smiles. So while you may not understand why certain people disappeared from your life, trust that it was for your protection. Because some people only loved you when you were small, when you were struggling, when you needed them. But now you're stepping into your power, and not everyone can handle that. So don't chase after them. Let them go. Because the people meant for you, they will find you. 4. Solitude forces you to confront your own shadow. Most people run from solitude because they don't want to face themselves. They don't want to deal with their own insecurities, their own past, their own pain. So they fill their lives with noise, distractions, and people who keep them entertained. But you're not most people. You're chosen, and that means you're meant to do the deep work. Solitude will bring out your demons. It will bring up old wounds you thought you buried. It will force you to sit with yourself and ask the hard questions. Who am I without the opinions of others? What do I truly want in life? What fears are still holding me back? And the answers, they might shake you, they might break you, but they will set you free. Because once you face your own darkness, nobody can use it against you. 5. Alone time strengthens your spiritual connection. How do you expect to hear divine messages when your mind is constantly filled with other people's opinions? How do you expect to receive clarity when you're always distracted by meaningless conversations? Chosen ones, solitude is where you connect with God, the universe, your higher self, whatever you believe in. In silence, you receive downloads. In solitude, you get divine insight. Away from the world, you finally hear what was being whispered to you all along. That's why so many people are uncomfortable with being alone, because they've cut themselves off from that connection. But not you. You know that your greatest breakthroughs come in moments of stillness. So while others fear solitude, you embrace it, because you know it's in those quiet moments that the biggest revelations happen. 6. Solitude gives you the power of discernment. When you step away from the crowd, something incredible happens. Your intuition sharpens. You start to see people for who they truly are, not who they pretend to be. You recognize fake friends, manipulative energy, and the people who only want to take advantage of you. And once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. This is why many chosen ones struggle with relationships. It's not that you're unlovable, it's that your spirit rejects anything that isn't real. So if you've been feeling like you're seeing through people's masks, like you can sense lies before they're even spoken, that's your gift. And it's a gift that was strengthened by your time alone. 7. Your isolation is temporary, but necessary. Now listen to me carefully. This season of solitude will not last forever. You won't always be alone. This is just a chapter, not the entire book. But how you handle this chapter determines what happens next. Will you waste this time longing for the past, trying to fit into places you've outgrown? Or will you use it to build yourself, to grow, to prepare for the doors that are about to open? Because when this season is over, when the right people enter your life, when your blessings start pouring in, you will look back at this solitude and realize it was the best thing that ever happened to you. So don't resist it. Embrace it. Chosen one, solitude is not your enemy. It's your greatest weapon. While others waste their time chasing meaningless relationships, filling their lives with distractions, and avoiding their own growth, you are doing the work. And that's why you're different. That's why you stand out. That's why your future is brighter than anything you could imagine. Because you are using this time wisely. You are becoming stronger, wiser, more in tune with your true purpose. So don't rush this process. Don't let the fear of being alone push you back into spaces that no longer serve you. The right people will come. The right opportunities will align. Everything you've been praying for is already on its way. But you have to be ready. And that's why this season of solitude is happening, to prepare you. So next time you feel that loneliness creeping in, next time you wonder why people have disappeared from your life, remember this. You're not alone. You're being positioned. You're being refined. And when this process is complete, you'll emerge stronger than ever. If this message resonated with you, drop a comment below. Let me know how this season of solitude is shaping you. And if you found value in this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because your journey is only just beginning. Stay strong, stay focused, and as always, stay chosen.